not gonna say that on camera.
Is that
I
bad?
just like no, it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Some
like
people are like, don't ask your tribe.
Yeah, people don't ask tribes in Kenya.
I'm
Like,
just genuinely interested though. It's not like I'm like, I don't know. I would ask the same thing in Native America. Like to a Native American, I would say, so what's your tribe? Are you Powhatan or Iroquois? Because a lot of people are very proud of their tribe.
I'm super proud of my tribe, but because of social media, I've seen people guessing different tribes for me. I've seen people giving me different tribes. I'm like, okay, everything that you mentioned. Yeah, I go with the flow. Like, you know,
you can tell me
I'm Luo.
Luya. People tell me I'm Luya.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
So for me, I'm everything that people throwing me because I fit
Kikuyu.
in all everything.
You're a woman of Kenya.
I'm a old lady. I'm
a lady of Kenya.
Yeah.
African tigress, but there's no tigers in Africa.
There's one. You just met one. For the Maya, to be specific, when Wodemaya made a live stream and said African Tigress is anti-Maya, yet when I was in China, I'm the one who gave her the idea to travel Africa. I'm like...
What would make him think that you're anti-Maya?
I have absolutely no idea. No idea at all. Because not even once I've ever made a video or met somebody or met a creator and told them like, oh, I'm anti-Maya or I don't like
that's
it.
Weird.
Because even so when it comes to relationships, dating, my family, like those are things I don't put on social media for a reason.
Okay. But would you answer them for Brittney in Africa?
To tell them what?
Are you dating?
What do you think?
I don't know. I can't gauge it. I think it would be hard to date if you're always moving around. So that would be kind of hard to date.
It's very hard because sometimes you found me, I'm traveling. Now you want to date me and you don't want me to travel anymore. Like, doesn't make sense.
Man, that's
like if you wanted a lady who's gonna sit there and be there, then just don't go for a lady whom you found traveling.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you want me to just sit there.
Yeah.
You know?
Change.
She's so kind. She's nice. She's the sweetest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she bought some land and she's doing some investment in Kenya. She was like,
land.
Yeah.
Girl, I thought you said lunch.
No, land.
Damn.
Property, land.
Subscribers. Dang. Y'all, come on. What are y'all doing for me out here? Where's my land? So we are here today. I finally have you. You're a hard woman to get down with.
No, I know you've been trying to get this for several months.
Several months.
No, not really a month, but
it's been several months.
Maybe
at first you got my DM. I don't think you saw my DM, but I know how it is when you probably have like a lot of people.
Oh God, I have so many.
Yeah,
DMs.
A lot of people.
An email would have been faster.
Really?
Yes.
I wouldn't
email would have
think
been faster than, because you see, we had not like really connected. When someone sends you a message, you don't really get it on the main. So an email would have been faster.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I always think though, like if someone sees your page and then they can be like, oh, okay, this person's doing this and this, it makes it like more likely for you to reach out versus like an email could be somebody, anybody.
No, both. Like you just send both an email and a message.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. So where did you just touch down from? Where did you just touch down from?
Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Okay, was that your first time going there?
I've been to that country more than 10 times.
More than 10 times?
Yeah, more than 10 times.
People have told me, like, don't really stress about going there. Like, don't make it, like, a priority, kind of, like, I don't know. People tell me to go to South Africa, go to, of course, I went to Tanzania and Uganda, but on, like, the whole East African trip, most people, I feel like, don't really prioritize Ethiopia or, like, you know, why do you think that is?
That's weird. I think it's because of the news and everything that's portrayed out there that makes it look like it's on fire, it's on blazes. Like, Ethiopia is one country that I can go there like 100 times, and as a content creator, I'll still come up with 100 different types of content. Like, Ethiopia has something going on. Like, there's the cultural aspect, there's the modern aspect. Like there's everything going on in Ethiopia, and every experience is different. Some countries, when you go there and you go back again, it's more like the same experience. It doesn't have like really variety. I feel like Ethiopia has that variety for me. Every time I go there,
it's a different experience. What country have you visited the most in Africa?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is the most. Okay, so you really do like the vibe.
I like the vibe. I have very great friends there, so when I'm in Ethiopia, it's like I'm
chilling.
Yeah, it's like the back of my hand. I know Addis like the back of my hand.
Okay, so for people who don't know you very well, you want to introduce yourself?
Well, African Tigress, travel content creator. I'm originally from Kenya, and I live in a country where I'll be at that moment. I'm a digital nomad, basically.
You're a digital nomad.
Yeah.
Tigress, like her.
First, because there are no tigers in Africa. Second, growing up in school, in my primary school, we used to study in groups. We didn't have like the normal classes where you are all sitting facing the teacher teaching you. We used to learn in groups. And our group was called Tigers. So it was a mixed school. Ladies were tigresses and the men were tigers. So me and Grace was my classmate. She was a tigress with me. So Grace is no longer on social media, unfortunately. So
why did she get off socials?
I think social media is not for everybody, to be honest.
It's not?
No, it's not.
So what started your YouTube journey?
My passion for traveling. Me getting on social media, on YouTube to create wasn't like something like I was purposely like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber because YouTubers. No, for me, even before YouTube, I was already traveling. But then my sister, Bella, who follows me, she was working in a media house in Kenya. She was a news anchor reporter. And she was always watching people and telling me, oh, we need to start YouTube channels. We actually started our YouTube channels the same day, same time, me and her.
Wow.
So she's the one who introduced me to content creating, and then when she introduced me, I became like, I was watching more and more people creating more and more videos and all that. I was like, okay, every time I travel, because I traveled a lot. Not so much, but I traveled really to different continents.
What was the first country that you went to outside of Kenya?
United States.
The United States. How was that? So what was your visa process like though? Because I know a lot of people who struggle to like.
For me, it wasn't really a problem. From the time I was a student leader at university. So
you've always been that chick.
So for me, when I applied, and then I done a program called Young African Leaders Initiative, YALI, by President Obama. So when I got my invitation, the first time I got it, I needed to, what's the name of the university in New York? There's this team of students, there's this university, it's a black college in the US, in New York, I've forgotten. But when I remember, I'll tell you. They used to send students to Kenya, and when they sent students to Kenya, so I was one of the people who would show them around and things like that. So they had like a business, I don't know if I can call it a seminar or something like that.
Like a convention type.
Yeah, and they invited me, but that time it was so short for me to get an appointment to an interview, so I missed out on that opportunity. Then the next opportunity came that was in May, then the next opportunity came in September. And it was a competition, and they needed people to get like, they wanted the top 10 globally. And I made it to the top 10, I was like, yo, me! Me! So to make it to the top 10 globally, there's this organization called Global Citizen. So they work in partnership with the UN, Microsoft, and lots of those organizations. So I made it to the top 10.
You have a little hair on your glass. Like a little hair stuck. Okay, I got it.
Where did that come from? Okay, cool. So when I got the email, it was like 2 a.m. I'm like a night owl. I sleep a lot in the morning, wake up at midday, but I'm a night owl.
I'm like that too. What time do you go to bed?
When I get tired.
Okay. On average, like, are we talking like 3 or 4?
3, 4, 5, sometimes even up to 7.
Yeah, I stay up too. So you go to America. What was your first impression of America?
Oh my goodness, it was so nice. It was so beautiful. It was one country that I used to tell my classmates, when I finish my undergrad, I'm going to go to America. But it came even before I graduated. That was in 2016. So it was like that thing that you speak of, you don't have connections, you don't have anything, but you just faith it, and then it becomes a reality.
Manifest it. Exactly. You manifest it into your life. So you go to America. What was like beautiful about it? Because when I come here, I think Kenya is actually more beautiful than America.
For an average Kenyan who's never been out there, America is everything. Would I want to live there? No. Right now that I've traveled, but I love the diversity. I was in New York. I was staying in Manhattan, like less than 1 minute walk to Times Square. It's never slept. I saw everybody, like there was all kinds of people, all kinds of phrases. The diversity and everybody minding their business is what I liked. So I could take I was a very shy person, like very shy. In fact, like that's a person who's never there. I wasn't even on social media those days. So even when you're taking your photos or videos and then someone looks at me, I would freeze. So at that time, I felt in New York, nobody cares. Yeah. So at that time, I was like, okay, cool. So I just love that diversity and the people that I met in New York, because they picked like 10 people from across the world. There was me, there was a Nigerian, there was someone from Pakistan, Syria, Jamaica.
Wow.
So I bonded with this lady from Nigeria. She was Juliet. She was just a gem, and she was like the kind of people I just met at that time. The diversity and the open-mindedness that the people had is what I really love.
We're attracted to.
Yeah.
There. What about like infrastructure-wise? Like, where did you go otherwise? New York. So you went to New York. Was that the only place?
Yeah, for my first trip, it was just New York. Okay. But the other times I went later, I went to like Michigan, Chicago. Yeah.
What's your favorite city you visited in the United States? New York. But why do you see yourself not living in the United States?
Because I'm one of those people who really never appreciated Kenya. I love Kenya, but I just felt like maybe I don't want to live here. I was one of those people who used to see people even live in Uganda or maybe Tanzania or just anywhere, wherever it is, as long as I'm outside Kenya. Yeah. And I know there's a lot of Kenyans who feel so. But having traveled, I've been to 4 continents, Africa, Asia, Europe, and America. I've been to 4 continents and over or almost 30 countries. Like there's no place I appreciate more than just being here. If you ask me where you want to stay, I would choose Kenya. The only reason I would want other countries, I would just want the passport because of the challenges I face when traveling.
Like so what?
Visa issues. I mean, you can, as an American citizen, you can go to more countries than I can. For instance, like I'm planning a Southern Africa trip, but for you going to South Africa, you just need to book a flight and you show up. Yeah. For me, I need to apply for the visa.
Yeah.
So those are the challenges. The only reason I would ever want a passport from another country or such is because of that. But I wouldn't want to like really stay.
But you know, every African country I've visited, I've had to get a visa
on arrival.
Oh no, Kenya, I had to get a visa before I came.
But you don't have to, they don't ask you for your bank statement, a letter of invitation and all that. In South Africa.
Well, no, I needed a letter of invitation. I had to provide a letter of invitation, my flight return back, my itinerary, where I was staying, but not bank statements. No.
South Africa, they need that. So when I'm going to South Africa, for instance, I would need a bank statement. I need for the past, is it 3 or 6 months? I would need like a flight. I need a letter from the hotel. In fact, one of the times I was going to South Africa, they insisted that the hotel that I booked, they must give a specific and specify the room number that I was going to stay in. So like
you just had to tell the hotel.
Yeah. So just the fact that you can go to more countries, that you can go to Europe. I can't go to Europe. You can go to Asia easily. I can't go. You can go to the Caribbean easily. I can go to maybe 2 or 3 countries. The rest of them, I need visas and all that, and it's quite hectic.
What country have you ever applied for a visa and gotten denied?
None.
Well, at least you've never gotten denied.
Because I've not bothered applying to some countries. I've always prioritized countries that really don't bother me. I like when I think of countries I want to travel to, I prioritize countries that don't give me stress or minimum stress. South Africa could be that, but me getting a South Africa visa, the easiest way, I don't have to go queuing and all that.
Yeah.
There's an option that you can pay higher So you pay like more than double the amount, but they come to your house, they take everything they need, the biometrics and all the details they need from your house, and it makes your work easier. Just that you paid like more than double the amount.
I would just do that as well.
That's
what
I do
are some countries that you've dreamed of going to, but you are not able to because of your visa issues?
Mali.
That's in Africa.
Yeah. I need visa to Mali.
They won't let you in because you're Kenyan?
Yeah.
That is so fucked. It's in Africa.
Mali, Angola.
That's in Africa.
Yeah.
Those northern African countries play funny.
Southern Africa, like Angola. I don't know if it falls in southern or central.
White space
Mali.
countries, maybe. Is
Yeah,
Mali white?
No, Mali is close to Burkina Faso. It's in West Africa. It's in ECOWAS.
It's ECOWAS, and they don't accept Kenyans.
Yeah, because
Why?
in West Africa, actually, for a Kenyan, there's only about 3 or 4 countries that you can go without visa or visa on arrival. Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and I think Sierra Leone.
Honestly, those are like really the only ones that
But now
are hidden.
I always like going off the beaten path. I always want to go and see this list
Off
visited.
the beaten path. I think that's on your banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, off the beaten path.
Yeah, I love going to countries that are least visited and to just experience what I've not seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that really excites me so much. Yeah.
So, what country have you enjoyed the most on this continent outside of Kenya?
That's really hard. Every country has something that I've really loved about it. But when it comes to fun, I just love how Nigerians have fun.
Nigerians.
Like like
how do they have fun?
Like when it comes to living the best life, they don't they don't care. Like
they chop the money.
They're living every day.
Chop the money. Yeah, they live for enjoyment
every day, and
Allow
I think it's
me
very
to
important.
enjoy myself.
I think it's very important
They
because
do.
a lot of times, sometimes we're just too hard on ourselves, and we're trying to work too hard, and then you just work all your life, and you just never enjoy your life. You never have memories. You never create memories. All the memories you have is between office, home, and like serious things. Like sometimes you just need to let loose and just enjoy the moment, live the day. So Lagos was fun. Cape Town was fun. Like Cape Town is really nice.
Stop, really good. You said Cape Town was fun.
Cape Town was fun. Addis Ababa is fun. Harare, Victoria Falls, they fun. Yeah. Like, I think those are my top countries. I had lots of fun in Senegal. Now, I'm going to end up listing every country at this point.
So you coin yourself as a female solo traveler. What are some things that have, scared you about that? Have you ever felt unsafe?
Please, just a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, I'm on an interview, please. Call. Okay, cool. Well, none.
You've had no challenges?
No.
You've never felt unsafe anywhere?
No.
That's really good. A lot of people would be kind of afraid for traveling alone all the time, or as often as you.
For me, my instincts, they really good. So if I feel something is gonna go wrong, and I go to it, it's gonna go wrong.
What precautions do you take? Do you travel with protective weapons?
It's my mind, instincts, my mind, and I just know there's some rules. You can't just be loitering in the streets at certain times of the night and all that. So
for a Black woman who wants to leave her life, become a digital nomad, and travel alone, give just some kind of tips or things that you do to make it easy for yourself, kind of, or
Okay, so for me, to be honest, my biggest guide is my instinct. But if you feel something is wrong, or if you have doubts on something, then there's a reason why you're having those. Don't ignore that inner feeling. Once you feel, no, I can't do this, this is wrong, or this is not going to end up well, then don't do it. So that's very important. And then the next thing is plan yourself very well, especially financially, such that you don't end up being a victim of circumstances because you don't have finances.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have your finances,
so
you
if you're broke, stay your black ass home. Basically.
Yeah, such that you don't travel expecting people to take care of you. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes you might find people taking care of you, which is really good. But then don't travel, especially like when it comes to men. Expecting that you're gonna meet some man out there who's gonna take care of you.
Yeah. Oh, sweet, sexy thing, you're sitting here alone.
Can you come and stay with me? Oh, you're visiting, you can come and stay with me for free. You can come stay in my house for free.
Somebody offered me to come to South Africa and they would pay my accommodations. But I'm like, you could put a camera in my room and be trying to look at me naked. So things can get weird, right?
Yeah. So that's one thing I'm not very comfortable with. Unless you're doing, like, for me as a creator, influencer and all that, sometimes something partnerships with hotels and all that. Different. So that's different. But when it comes to like just individuals giving you, you have to think twice. But when it's ladies or families, and sometimes I'm like, okay, cool, depending on how my instincts, how my gut feeling feels about it.
When people ask to travel with you, do you get annoyed?
No, but I prefer not traveling with people because I'm a very flexible and random person. And I feel like traveling with people, I might get to this place and I'm fed up. I'm like, okay, I've had enough of it. I need to move. And the person is like really having fun. That's true. So it would be unfair for me to just tell them, now let's move. You get it? So it's easier. If I'm going to travel with somebody, it would be easy for me to tell them, okay, we're going to travel together, but if I like a place, I want to stay longer and you want to move, go. Yeah, do your own thing. Yeah, do your own thing. Yeah, but like tying our schedules and all that, I've tried that before and I'm never, ever going to do that. Yeah, I think it's harder to get content too when you're with people. Yeah. It is really hard. So you go deep down with your content, like in the bush, doing all these things. How do you make connections with these people and allow them to like let you into these spaces almost? You know what I'm saying? I think most of the time it's energy. So sometimes some of the people are just my fans and they're following me and they're like, okay, we need to go here, we need to go here. And sometimes some of the content that you see, like maybe out of the series and all that, it's unplanned. And a lot of times my unplanned content like that does very well. That's the best. Yeah, because I don't plan for it. It just happens and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go with the flow. Yeah, sometimes it's like people who follow me. Most of the time it's like people who follow me and they're like, oh, you need to check out this place. I don't like intentionally go to a place and say, oh, okay, so I'm going to Angola. I must go to the village in Angola and see how they live. Not you're just going with the flow. Like I just go with the flow. I go to the country. One of the videos that is compulsory, like I must do for me, is like I have to visit the city and just explore the city because at the end of the day, because I'm living there, I need to know my way around the city. So that's why I always do like the city tours of the city looks like, what experience of the city is, and then after that, everything else is just with the flow. Yeah. Your most popular video was the bushmeat one, I think. What's your most popular? No, the stop, don't tell me. Tanzania. Yeah, it was the Tanzania infrastructure. Yeah, why does Nairobi not have public buses like that? I think the system, Tanzania had communalism. So they had this thing called ujamaa, which is communalism, not to be confused with communism. It's different. So they did. Can you explain the difference? So communism is like what they have in China. Communalism is whereby like the village or the community, it has more to do with the community. So if it's building or everything, everybody in the community is involved in. So because of that, I believe some of the functions, there's still some aspects of communalism and building and the government doing some stuff for the country. So I think that's the difference. In Kenya, I'm told, I wasn't born there yet, but I'm told that back in the, I don't know if it's 60s, 70s, 80s or something, people used to have that public buses. I don't know what transpired. People who were born during that time probably, or who are teenagers or adults probably know what happened because we used to have it in the past. Okay, and the matatus just took over? The matatus, I think it's because of, how's it called? like what we're trying to copy from the West, everything like it's capitalism. Everyone wants to make money for themselves, for themselves and rich. Yes.
Do you prefer bodas or matatu?
Ubers.
Oh, you're bougie. Y'all heard it here first. She's bougie. Why?
But no.
Well, first of all, Bolt is cheaper than Uber.
Okay, the thing is, when I'm in Kenya, I prefer having a vehicle, like especially when I'm in Nairobi, because I gave out my car. My car is not in Nairobi anymore, so my car is in Kisumu. But it's easy. I find it easy to move. Say, the moment I took to come here, if I was relying on Uber, it would have been crazy and it would have taken longer. Or if I was relying on matatus or bodas, it would be worse. Bodas, they don't take safety precautions. They don't give you helmets. They don't give you those protective gear. So I don't like really feel very safe in bodas because of the protective gear. And I don't know if they sanitize, clean them, and just ensure everything is okay. Ubers is okay, but I always have my equipment, so I prefer having a car. So like when I came back to Nairobi, one of my friends gave me a car to use until when I'm about to travel, so that makes my work a little bit easy, and I prefer that. I prefer driving myself.
If you have equipment.
Yeah.
When I went to Tanzania, that was the first time a boda driver has ever offered me a helmet, but I actually was like low-key disgusted because I was like, everyone's been wearing the helmet.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to put it on my head, you know, but I prefer bodas. Do you get a lot of people who recognize you when you're out?
A lot of times, but most of the time when I'm in Kenya, I'm not out. But there's no day I've stepped out on the streets and I didn't get people who didn't recognize me.
Oh my God!
No, they're not like that. Some are quite uncertain because you see sometimes we travel and then we have backlog of videos and we're posting them and just chilling at home, resting.
Yeah.
So they're not so sure. Like I still have videos from Ethiopia I'm posting, and lots of people think I'm still in Ethiopia. So people are not so sure. So like recently when I was coming from Kisumu, we landed in Nairobi. And when I landed in Nairobi, someone just said, African Tigress. He was like, oh my goodness, when I found you, I was like, oh, I wasn't so sure. I've been seeing you in Ethiopia, so I wasn't so sure it's you.
I love that.
So that happens a lot. Because sometimes people are not very sure if it's me or not.
Yeah. What is the best thing a subscriber has ever done for you?
Bought me some lunch.
Got you lunch?
Yeah, she's one of the most amazing people.
That is so sweet.
I've ever met. She's so kind. She's nice. She's the sweetest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she bought some land and she's doing some investment in Kenya. She was like,
oh, land.
Yeah.
Girl, I thought you said lunch.
No, land.
Damn.
Property, land.
Subscribers. Dang. Y'all, come on, what are y'all doing for me out here? Where's my land? Come on now. Damn. So you're gonna build a house in Nanyuki?
I'm not so sure, but it's a holiday. You know Nanyuki? You've been to Nanyuki?
I love Nanyuki.
Yeah, so maybe a holiday home or something there.
Yeah. Yeah. What did I do in Nanyuki? It was I'm a piano fest. That's where the trout farm is. Yeah, I love Nanyuki. It's a vibe. It's a big vibe.
Yeah, I love Nanyuki too. It's a beautiful place. And yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, you bought me land? Nobody has ever done that to me. And you know, like, this is someone who just loves you, loves your content. And crazy. It's nice. It's a woman. She's a lady. So she doesn't like expect anything
like that
from
sexual, weirdo vibe.
Yeah, she sees me like her daughter. So she's just so sweet and nice. And I'm like, I'm just so grateful.
So if it was a man, would you have said no, thank you?
I would have thought about it before accepting.
And then said yeah.
I would have thought about it before accepting, and I would have to be certain that there's no strings attached or anything.
Weirdo business going on.
Like it has to be clear. Unless there's some mutual feeling about it, I wouldn't mind, but without mutual feeling and all that, so I like it.
How many men are in your DMs right now?
I don't know. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that.
This is a safe space.
I don't know.
Oh, you know, girl. Don't be shy. Count. Oh, there's so many you can't count. Damn. Have you ever linked with somebody who hit you up online to date?
To date, no.
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 Why? You don't give me like your dating vibes. Are you dating?
I'm sure I've never put anything about my personal life,
Yeah.
dating life. Like all the people see is just travel, but like there's several layers, or I don't know if it's called layers or what, to African Tigress. I don't put my business, because besides being a YouTuber, I have a couple of business. Like even before YouTube, I have businesses that I do. Like sometimes I'm in Kenya so long, just that sometimes people don't realize, because I'm in Kenya doing business.
I'm gonna ask you about your businesses.
So
so what is your ideal man? Like, is he a traveler? Is he somebody who y'all would turn into the couples YouTube vibe?
To be honest,
African tiger and tigress.
To be honest, I would never. Maybe that would change, but speaking today, I would never put my relationship status out there. I would never put my men out there. Would never put my children out there.
Even if you have a ring?
I would never.
Why? What is that fear?
So I would never do that. And my ideal man a traveler would be ideal. So if maybe that happens, and he has to be comfortable. I'm not going to drag somebody who's not comfortable being on camera to be on camera, on videos with me.
But if he wanted to, would you let him?
It all depends. Like if there's that connection and all that, and I feel he has to be a husband first. I'm not going to put boyfriend, and when we break up, and then I have to introduce a new boyfriend and a new boyfriend and a new boyfriend.
Yeah, that's been my life.
I'm wanting to be introducing boyfriends, and now you're like, oh, so we broke up.
I had to learn a hard way.
So this happened. No, like I'm never gonna do that. So it has to get beyond boyfriend before that person is on camera.
I moved out here with my ex, who was Ghanaian. I did not put him on my channel, but I would talk about him, and then I would show our house we were building together in Ghana, and then we broke up, and then I was just like, so annoyed, because you want to like take the videos down, you don't even want to like, so I get that, you want to wait until you're married.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until that. And if I date somebody, I'm never gonna be on my social. Even if I would date somebody and they're interested, or even they're creators, I'm not like, really, to be honest, I would not want to date somebody who's a creator.
Why? Let's unpack that. Why?
I don't know. It's just a feeling. I just don't feel like I would date a creator.
It just doesn't move you? Yeah,
it doesn't move me. Like a creator with their hassles and all that. Like, no, not dating a creator.
Yeah, you want stability in a husband.
Some creators are stable though.
Yeah, that's true.
But still, I don't know. Let them create. I don't know. I just don't feel it.
The only thing that I think is unstable about creating is you have to get up and be in that creative space, or like, you know what I'm saying, there's more of a pressure. I feel like it's more of a mood related job.
Yeah, sometimes you wake up and you don't want to create. So for me, like personally, there is one of the reasons actually why I wouldn't consider myself like my life circles or rotates about creating. Like I have a life beyond creating. Should I wake up one day and YouTube, like right now, Russian YouTubers they were suspended from AdSense. Russia is no longer monetized on YouTube. So if you make your life to circle and everything you do rotates around creating, you're going to, to be effed up.
Do you think YouTube is going to die out?
I'm not so sure if it's gonna die out, but I know I'm not going to be a creator forever.
No? How much longer do you think you have? How long have you been creating?
3 years.
3 years.
2019 to now, that's 3 years, right?
Dang, girl, you got a lot of subs. How many subs do you have? Like 300,000?
No, 100 and something.
Oh,
almost 200.
Okay, almost 200.
Yeah.
In 3 years, that is pretty damn good. How long did it take you to reach 10K?
February to around June, July. That's how many months?
Dang, 5 months?
Yeah, in 5 months.
Damn, I'm a loser.
I think it's just about the genre and everything that you care about.
9 months for me. Since I began taking it serious. It's been about 9 months. But yeah.
So for me, it was like 5 months, I think.
Yeah, so you do do you use drones and stuff and all that?
Sometimes I don't.
Sometimes you don't?
Yeah.
You edit your own stuff?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Because sometimes you take time, you edit a video, you put effort, it doesn't do. Then just a video that's wasn't even main or part of the video, you just okay, this is a by the way video, you drop it there. You don't put effort, it's a raw video, unfiltered, just a raw video, and it does super well. I'm okay, people like simple things. So why are we complicating with editing and all that?
I had to learn
Let me
the hard
do that.
way.
Let me just drop what people want.
My last video I dropped, I didn't even edit it well. I didn't even realize it was slow motion for 1 minute, but it's doing so well.
Yeah, that's what
people just don't care. You don't know what people want, which is crazy. So you said you're not going to do YouTube forever. What other businesses do you do?
Okay, I'm in the healthcare field, healthcare technology field. That's my background. My education background is in healthcare and technology. Real estate and agriculture.
Farming?
Yeah, farming, and I'm gonna get into the tourism business. So very soon
you
gotta
better.
be when you want to travel.
Tours with Tigress.
Tigress, you're gonna travel.
Yes.
And the only qualification to be part of my tours, you have to be fun.
Oh, it's lit. It's lit. Pull up. Do you go out at night when you go to these countries? Are you a nightlifer?
I don't go out in Kenya, but when I'm in another country, I can do it once or twice, depending on the company of people I have. So one thing I really like about me, and that makes it easy, and I think everybody who's traveling should have, you have to be very open-minded. So you can be in a situation, the people you're interacting with are not the kind of people to go out. You're not gonna force them to go out.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to learn the people you meet and all that and what they like. And so you have to be very open-minded. If they're not the kind of people who go out, you have to get maybe people, if you want to go out, that would go out with you. If that's not the case, then you have to just not go out. And if there are people who go out, don't be oh, it's unreligious, it's what, stop. Just let people be. Let people live their life. For me, I'm you actually like people who are just authentically themselves. You good, you bad. That's who you are. You show me your colors. I know what to expect. I don't set expectations about that. Period.
Yeah.
And then you can vibe.
You guys, when she came in here, she was you look like you go out a lot.
Yeah.
Nairobi is fun.
Nairobi is fun.
Why don't you want to go out in Nairobi?
Because I travel a lot and I get exhausted when I'm out there. So most of the time when I'm in Kenya, I'm more on holiday.
Okay.
I'm more chilled indoors and running my other businesses.
Focusing.
And related to content.
Are you from Kisumu?
Yeah, I've grown up there, so I consider
okay, so that's
home.
Where you grew up. So you're Luo.
Not really. Not really.
No, okay. I'm just throwing things out there. What are
game night with dares and all that, that's my kind of vibe.
Yeah. Do you cook?
I don't like cooking.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're traveling a lot, it would be kind of hard for you to cook a lot. Yeah.
Because you need to do shopping and then you have to move again and all that. So I rarely cook, but sometimes I cook, but not so much. Sometimes it's also very tiring because you take time, prepare food for an hour or two, and then only eat it in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Make it make sense to me.
And then, sometimes when you're cooking, that's my thing with cooking. As you're cooking it, it's you don't even really eat it.
Yeah.
Because you're full from cooking it.
Yeah, by the time you're done, you're just full. So I don't like cooking. Yeah, I don't like cooking.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years? It's a very interesting question. In the next 5 years, that's the next elections. I'll be somewhere in the ballot.
Oh. For what position?
I want to make laws. So I'll be a legislator. Okay. Making laws, because I believe the only way I can create change is by being a legislator.
I agree. What type of change do you see for Kenya?
I would want a Kenya whereby young people have really opportunities. Majority of the Kenyan population is young people, but I also want us to have this kind of mindset. I believe one of the biggest problem in Kenya, we always vote for people based on tribe.
That tribalism you were talking about.
Yeah, so because you're from my tribe, I don't care what values your party has and everything. So you can be in this party. The next time you can switch to this party, I will follow you. So I'm not principled. So I feel like one of the biggest challenges that we have is tribalism. So it doesn't matter what party policies or what the party that you're in believes in. As long as you're my tribe, I'm gonna vote for you. So that's one thing I would really want a lot of people to get away from. Like parties should have like, okay, for instance, when you look at America, for instance, there's Democrats and there's Republicans. There's things that Republicans believe in, there's things that Democrats believe in.
Yeah.
So I'm a Republican because I believe in this. So if my leader jumps to the other side, I'm not gonna jump.
Yeah, no. People usually stay with their parties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I wish we could.
Does that happen a lot here to where leaders will jump parties?
Oh yeah, they do jump.
Wow.
And then we jump with them.
I don't know that much about Kenyan politics at all. So what about other things, otherwise, people with youth and opportunities?
I would want to make it the cost of starting business affordable, to especially when you look at marginalized people who might not be able to afford all that. Also, when it comes to job seeking, a lot of people are asked, oh, you need clearance from the higher education board, you need this clearance, you need this, and all those cost money. It's like really expensive. Sometimes it's like they put hurdles for you. Sometimes when you start businesses, there's also multiple taxation. You pay taxes for this, and this when you're a business owner. So like those are some of the things I would want to like really legislate and make it easy for people to run business and do businesses, especially when it comes to young people who just starting on business and don't have the muscle, because it makes it very hard because there's people who've been in it and have the muscles, so they take up every opportunities. And then I find the young people here, they end up being like, they have to like, yeah, and sometimes they have to suck up to people in order for them to get the job. Things they need. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some ways that you save money when you're traveling? I mean, self-awareness. Me either. It's hard for me to save money too. I'm a very, very bad spender.
For me, I work so hard. So if I want something, I get it.
Okay, Miss Mama. Period. You heard it here first. Yeah. You know how some people will be like, I'm going to cut back on accommodations. Like my accommodations might not be that nice so that I can spend on food and go in here. So like.
So you cut on accommodation, go stay in a shitty place and they rob your cameras and equipment. And they rob you.
Yeah.
Because you've invested in those cameras and equipment. So like I always have to balance everything. Like I'm not going to stay in a place where I feel like I might get robbed, because I've really invested a lot in my equipment.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a place
where you use?
I have like 4 cameras, so it depends.
On your mood? Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, it depends on the mood and where I'm going to film. Yeah, some are like, sometimes I want to go film in a place where maybe I feel like I don't want to draw attention so much. I'll get a camera that someone wouldn't even think it's a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a GoPro.
Yeah, I have a GoPro too for action and
yeah. What do you think you have done with your content that has made you so successful? What do you think people like about you?
I think there's a lot of things. That's one thing I always think about, and it's a thing I always talk to when I get people who reach out to me and they're like, how do you make it on content creation? I don't consider myself like I've made it or so, but one thing, I'm like realistically and truly myself. I express myself, and I just feel like, being on social media is a good thing, and it's also like a very bad thing. So my goal in social media is not like to be like the biggest, to be the Mr. Beast, for instance.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like big like Mr. Beast, because that comes with a lot of pressure. I just want to
like who?
Mr. Beast.
I don't know who he is. You know, I really don't watch YouTube. I don't.
Mr. Beast.
I know. I know like Black to Africa, Wode Maya, Miss True.
Oh, like these are like big, like these are like international, like some of the biggest YouTubers in the world are the likes of Mr. Beast. like they are international. Like those people would post a video right now and in less than a day it has more than 2 million, 3, 4, 5 million. The videos get like millions of views.
Do you know Bailey Syrian?
Who's that?
That's the only person I really watch on YouTube. She does murder mystery makeup stories.
Makeup, I don't watch.
I don't do makeup. I don't do makeup. I just love watching her, and then she'll like tell the murder story, and then she does like dark history. But anyways, yeah. So you were saying just being authentically yourself.
Just doing the things I want and going with the flow. I don't like really program. I'm not like trying to push people to maybe like believe. Like one thing, let me tell you. When I started traveling, and not even before traveling, like even before traveling, when I came to this space and all that, I was one of the people who are like very closed-minded. And to be honest, traveling is very important. It has like really opened my mind.
What were you closed-minded about?
Everything. I just wanted people to believe what I believe, to go my way, to do everything what I believe, okay, I wasn't like really so much into religions. Religion, you could be whatever religion you wanted. But even in terms of mindset and everything. So having traveled, I've learned a lot and my mind has opened up. And I feel like I'm so accommodating and so accepting. I'm not going to look at you and judge you that, oh, you're not an African because you're born in America. I'm not going to look at you and be like, oh, you're not the same color as me. Like, to be honest, like, I feel like even that time I used to like judge people even based on dress and all that. But I feel like throughout my traveling journey, I've had some sort of healing. So
I've become more patient.
And for me, like accommodating, you can be wherever. You can have like, say, you can have like different beliefs and everything for myself. I would respect that. The thing is, don't push me to your beliefs, and I'm not gonna push you to mine, but we can still vibe and have a good time and enjoy. And I would just see you as a human being. Other than just seeing you, oh, this lady doesn't like believe you. Like. So like that has like really opened me up a lot, and I'm just so grateful for that.
What do you do when someone offers you food and you don't want to eat it? You don't want to try it when you're traveling? Like, I'm sure people are like, try this. Like, or do you
I just tell them no. Like, some things I'm not used to eating that. So sometimes I have to tell them I'm vegan. So.
You're vegan. I was about to say, you are not your bushmeat video. God, you're like,
no, I never ate that bushmeat. Never. I would not.
Why?
I couldn't eat that in here.
So are you vegan?
I'm not vegan, but sometimes it's an excuse. Like when it comes to veggies, I'm very open to that. Veggies and fruits. I'm very open to trying different veggies and fruits that I've never taken. But when it comes to flesh, meat and all that, I'm kind of...
You gotta be careful.
Yeah. So the easiest way to make people, you just tell them, oh no, I'm vegan. So they won't push you.
Yeah, that's what I do here sometimes. Just kidding. I'm gonna name a country and you tell me if you've been there or not. If you have been there, just tell me your favorite thing about that country. And then if you haven't, just let me know you have not been there.
Alrighty.
Okay. Tanzania.
I've been there more than once. What's
your favorite thing then?
Food.
The food.
Story and the people that I'm so lucky that the people that I met were just so amazing. So I love that.
What made them amazing?
Generous, kind, and they love me. They would call me like a sibling to them because I'm a Kenyan. They'll be like, I'm their neighbor and I'm their friend.
That's sweet. Uganda.
I love the food. Oh God, I'm just gonna say food.
You're a foodie. Me too.
No, I love the food, and I also love the people. Ugandans generally love Kenyans. Like from my experience.
The pearl of Africa. They love everybody.
Okay, for me as a Kenyan and generally the way they speak a lot of positive things about Kenya. And when you go and they're like, oh, you're a Kenyan. They're like,
oh my God.
Really nice. Yeah, I feel like they really, 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 Ugandans like really love. I don't know if there's any country that I can say love Kenyans. From my experience, I could be wrong and someone might have had a different experience, but from my experience, I don't know if there's a country that loves Kenyans like Ugandans and also Ethiopians.
And Ethiopians, wow. Let me see your wrist. Both.
Right.
I knew it.
Of course.
Oh, I knew it.
Everyone's got this.
Oh, Lordy. I don't have one. But yeah, I was like, let me see if she's a real Kenyan.
Every Kenyan that I know, like sometimes when you're out of the country, this is the only way you can be hanging out someone. This is the only, this is our mark. We'll be like,
Kenya
hey,
loves
when
Kenyans.
in Kenya.
That's what made me think of to ask you that, because I'm like, Kenyans love Kenya.
I will love
more than anyone loves their country.
I will love Kenya.
Very patriotic.
I love this country so much. Sometimes I criticize because I want better for this country. Yeah. But like, there's no way I'd rather be than Kenya.
I love that for you. Congo.
It was hard.
It was hard?
Yeah, I've been there. It was really hard in terms of transportation. I feel like I needed more. My friend had told me, like, because I have Congolese friends who stay in Kenya, they told me, but I was like, no, because I'd never had much experience traveling. So I thought, like, I told you I was one of those people who had this mindset, like, Nairobi is like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be in Kenya, I don't want to be out there. But like Congo was like really tough in terms of transportation. It was really hectic. There's a day I cried.
No, stop. Why? There's just nothing.
I lacked, like, I couldn't get a bus, and then I took a motorbike, and then now, like, there was a gridlock. So the motorbikes from this side and the motorbike from this side, they blocked the whole road. So no one can go this side, no one can go this side. And then by my side on the motorbike there was an elderly woman, and she fell, and they fell. So I just felt like my life was flashing, and then I sat and questioned myself, this is the life I want for content?
That sounds dramatic.
I cried and I told myself I'm not going out. Oh my gosh. I'm going to wait for my flight.
Well, what was something positive?
The people. To be honest, especially the Congolese that watch my content, the Congolese diaspora especially, they connected me with their families in Congo and friends and people in Congo that made my experience really great. And really I got to visit places that had I gone alone, I wouldn't have seen those places. Yeah, that was the positive.
In the cut, off the beaten path.
Yes. Yeah.
Ghana,
I've been there once. Yeah.
Somebody in my comments said that you made it like you didn't really look like you enjoyed it.
No, the subscribers, I think Ghanaians are very sensitive people.
They're so sensitive. Kenyans are too.
Kenyans, Ghanaians, I'm going to be honest. Kenyans, Ghanaians, South Africans, those are the most sensitive people on African.
They're the ones, they're the main ones who comment. I swear to God.
No, Nigerians comment a lot too, and they're super active, but I feel like Nigerians are very open-minded. So if you're going to say something which is the reality or show something which is the reality, they ain't going to catch feelings about it. They're like, yeah, that's it, you know. But Kenyans,
it is what it is.
I feel like in African content, you have to make, if you come to Kenya, you have to like really say only good things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to come at you.
Yeah. I had to learn the hard way. If you can't even be like, there's trash on the ground, they're going to be like, ah! Even if you're looking at the trash and it's on the ground, like, they don't want to hear it. So, like, what, Ghanaians, what did they not like about what you were saying?
No, I actually don't think it's about that. I feel like I didn't really know what was the background, but then I came to realize that previously there's a Ghanaian content creator who had talked about me in a negative light. So because of that, so my content, and I didn't know about it until somebody sent me a video about it.
What should say?
Well,
this is a safe space.
He said things that would make people hate me. He said, okay, I'm going to be honest about it.
This is a safe space.
Okay, this is a safe space.
If he posted it online, you can talk about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so when Wodemaya, to be specific, when Wodemaya made a live stream and said African Tigress is anti-Maya, yet when I was in China, I'm the one who gave her the idea to travel Africa. I'm like...
What would make him think that you're anti-Maya?
I have absolutely no idea. No idea at all. Because not even once I've ever made a video or met somebody or met a creator and told them like, oh, I'm anti-Maya or I don't like
that's
it.
Weird.
Because even the time when I met Go Black in Ghana, he asked me, oh, he's been trying to reach him and he's not able to reach him. So what's the point? why is he not what's the point? Why, like, oh, he's not responding? I said, oh, maybe he's busy, construction takes time and all that. But the moment they eventually met, he was quick to drag me and say, this. Okay, he didn't mention my name, but he said she. Oh, she did this and that. But previously having done an interview and mentioned my name, people who watch that interview can obviously fix that he was talking about me. So I'm like,
if Wode doesn't like you, then Ghana, of course, is gonna have a bad taste.
Of course, but like for me, that wasn't like the issue. Like, so when I was there creating, that's the time I realized they were like, oh, why are you making bad videos about Ghana? Is it because you are anti-Maya? I'm like, where is this thing coming from?
Yeah.
In fact, in the comments, I tried to defend it. Like, me and him don't have issues.
Yeah.
He's busy with his construction projects and all that. And I don't travel. Like, I don't want to be the one traveling just that I can't create content unless I meet YouTubers. I want to be able to travel and create whether I meet YouTubers or not. But like my main aim is to travel. Like
you don't have to collab.
Yes.
So if you choose not to collab with someone, that doesn't mean it's a beef.
Exactly.
You just don't.
So I was really defending it, but I had no idea that there's a video that was going around in social media where he said I'm anti him. So I was getting a lot of hatred, and I was like trying to defend it, and I'm like, I don't have anything with him and all that. And then someone said, oh, he mentioned you in this and this video, and then some people sent me the videos. I'm like, I don't think he could do such a thing. Like, I didn't, in my mind, I never thought he could do such a thing.
Sometimes subscribers make fake beef.
No, but if he didn't mention my name, then the people wouldn't be coming at me. So now people were hating on me and things like that, and I really didn't know where is this thing coming from. Anyway, so most of the time, I did my video. The format that I did in Ghana is the same format that I did in Nigeria. Nigerians didn't have any issues, any beef or anything. But the same format in Ghana, they said I would go to the worst place and all that. I even tried to go like to the touristic place. So this is the Black Star of Ghana. But now they're still hating that the angles I've shot it doesn't make it good. So I'm like, wait, which angle should I shoot it? I've not photoshopped anything. I've just made the video like, this is the Black Star. You
were supposed to be on the left side, not the right side.
So I went to the tallest building, and I was like, it's fine, it's nice, the sky bar. I don't know, you stayed in Ghana, sky.
I know sky bar.
So that thing I even tried because it's considered like a bougie or something. So I'm like, okay, now let me go and try to do something like really they want. This is what they want. So I went to the Sky Bar, and I was like, because that's a place you have to make a reservation. The first day was fully booked. Went like 2 days later, that's when I got an opening. And I went there, I made content. They still had issues with that. So the problem is I just realized like Nigerians and Ghanaians, they have some social media beef, because I really don't think in real life they really don't like each other that way. I just feel it's like this social media flexing of muscles.
Yeah.
But so creating that, I feel like Nigerians took the opportunity and Ghanaians, and they used it now to attack each other. But that wasn't my fault.
That's not your fault.
I really
sometimes you can't win for losing. It just is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Like for me, they said, oh, my first video in Ghana was the first video I made in Ghana. I went to Sako, which is like market, Sako area. The first video I made in Nigeria when I went to Balogun market, which is like the biggest market. So there's no difference. So they said, oh, Nigerians are using you and things like that. But for me, like one thing I've learned is like I can't please everybody.
You cannot please everybody.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean like I hate Ghana or so. It's just that people have a mindset. And I just realized social media is social media. You can never please everybody.
No, you just gotta keep doing
people who like I just realized even when it comes to levels of understanding and all that, not everybody has your kind of mind or reason.
No.
There's some people who don't have anything going on in their life.
Exactly, they're miserable and just want to cuss you out in the comments, basically.
Yeah, so like maybe they're frustrated in cost of living has gone high, there are no jobs and all that. So there's really nothing going on. So like they cuss you out, and now they'll be out there flexing. I told this lady.
Look at this girl up in my country showing the bad market, man.
I told her off, and then they think like.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
But like those things don't like really.
What is your demographic when you look at your analytics?
I have it varies actually from month to month.
Really? But overall, mostly. So I can say I'm like, for the most part, half United States and Great Britain. And then the other half is Kenyans. And then like there's like I'm like 40% Kenyans, 10% Ghanaians, and then the rest is the West countries.
Well, for me, I have United States, United Kingdom, I have Canada, I have Kenya, I have Zimbabwe, I have South Africa, I have Nigeria, and sometimes India. Sometimes it's some videos just trend in India for some reason. Yeah, so I think those are like really my top. But like, of course, when I'm in a new country, the other country tends to come top. It might not be the number one, but it will be somewhere in the top 5. Like right now, Ethiopia is among, I think it's number 4 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't appear. But the ones that are consistent are United States, United Kingdom, Canada, sometimes Australia, and like in Europe countries, they always vary. Sometimes it's Germany, sometimes it's Norway.
Yeah. I think it's mostly Africans like watching and yearning and missing and wanting to see.
Yeah, although I came to learn I have like a very wide audience. Yeah, some are not even Africans.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
My audience is mainly men.
What percent?
Like 60.
I think it's more or less the same for me. It's a bit more balanced.
Yeah, I think.
And I actually like it when it's balanced.
Yeah.
It's better when.
So what is next for you, good sis? What's next?
What
can we look forward to? Where are you going after this?
You know, my life is not all about traveling, but I think that's the impression that a lot of people have out there.
Yeah.
They think like, oh, she's always on the move. Her life revolves around YouTube and traveling. But there's a lot more that's next for me. But now because you're on YouTube, we're going to talk about YouTube business. So my next move is unpredictable. When I get up and I just feel like I'm tired of Kenya. Not like really tired because this is home and I love it. But when I feel like, okay, I need to move, I'll book that flight and go. But that would be, I don't like really plan so much in my mind.
Okay.
So if I wake up that day and I have high conviction that I need to go,
you go.
I'll book and go.
Will you ever do like the same thing you're doing as African Tigress? Like, will you one day be like Asian Tigress or like European Tigress? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, like of course I'm gonna travel to other countries, but that wouldn't stop me from being the African Tigress. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Europe. I'm gonna go to Asia. I'm going to go to America, South America, the Caribbean. I'm gonna travel all over because, like I told you, YouTube is like a school for me. I've learned a lot of stereotypes and a lot of things that I was like really very judgmental and all about, and it's really opened up my mind a lot. I don't judge people, so I'm gonna travel a lot.
I'm gonna guess your zodiac sign.
Let's see.
Taurus.
No.
Am I close?
No.
Sagittarius. Dang. One more.
The calm one.
The what? Calm. Pisces.
Yes.
I knew that you were like, that's why I started off with Taurus. Because, you know, Taurus, Pisces, and Cancer are a very emotional triangle. So that's why I started off with Taurus. I'm a Cancer. I just turned 30. I'm a Cancer. So you're a sensitive person.
Very.
Yeah, you're very.
I think I'm very sensitive to be on social media. Sometimes I snap.
Yeah, you got to sometimes. You comment back. You comment back. You comment back.
Yeah. Like sometimes I know, ideally, like I told you, social media, sometimes I just feel like the faker you are, the more loved you'll be.
They just want to see you
smiling. Oh,
not here.
Praise God.
Where's my vape? Yeah, they
not
just
like
see.
Like people don't want. Like I feel sometimes people don't like it because you are a reflection of what they are. Because in real life, you can be my friend right now. 10 years down the line, we might not be friends anymore. Yeah. And then now, people on social media would want to hold me accountable why I'm no longer friend, or hold you why we're no longer friends. But then in their real life, they've had friends and they went apart. Yeah,
but they want to see you living a perfect life.
A perfect life. So
but that's a part of the watching.
Yeah. So I feel like, in fact, I was telling you about this game called The Circle. You know it? When they'll bring The Circle Africa, I'm going to go apply and go to the circle, but I'm going to go as a
better be on the
catfish.
circle.
I'll go as a
and you'll win.
because I've watched them all, and I know what it takes to win this social media game. And I realize the faker you are, the more loved you are. I'm going to the circle, and I'm gonna win.
Speak
as
it,
a catfish.
girl. No, I would do the circle, but I think I would do myself. I think I would lose because I don't know.
You'll be the first one to be eliminated
because
you're gonna speak your mind. And
exactly. I don't have the personality for
you
that.
have to
people
be
like
you have to be, you notice people who stay longer in that game are people who act like they're shy.
They love everybody.
They love everybody.
No opinion.
They don't have strong opinion. Like if you're bad, everyone else would say, oh, Brittney is bad. But they'll be the only ones who will be like, oh, it's all right.
I don't know. Like, I just don't know.
Even if in their mind, they know Brittney is bad. So that's what I realized.
The circle was crazy, especially when they let people go and then come back to somebody else. I was like, oh!
Yeah, I watched all the seasons and
wild.
I'm like, the faker you are, the more loved you are. So next time I'm going to the circle. I've never been there, but I'm going to go to the circle.
Africa.
But I'm going to go as a catfish.
Would you do reality TV?
I would.
I would
and
too.
I'll be fake as fuck.
Yeah, no, I would be real, but I feel like I would get a lot of hate. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay, if it's gonna be about me in my life, I just want people to just embrace people who are real out here. But if it's a game and there's a prize to be won, like the SAC, because the SAC is more like a game, reality TV kind of thing, I'll go as fake because I've watched the series and I've been on social media. As a social media influencer, I've experienced it. I feel like the faker you are, the more loved you are. Fake it. Fake you've won this. Fake it that you own this glass even though you don't own it.
Yeah.
Fake it. Like, fake
oh my God,
everything.
this is Swarovski crystal glass.
They'll be having water
and it's from
here.
Carrefour.
They're gonna have some water here and they're gonna lie to you how they're taking some expensive drink and all
this
that.
Is expensive
and then when
vodka.
people on the other end of the screen are watching, they're gonna be like, if I tell them, oh, I'm having water, they don't like that.
Yeah, cheap whore. It's like, just no.
So if it's reality TV, like I would go in. If it's not prize to be won, I'm gonna go there as myself, and I would want people to embrace like
the real
people.
The real.
We get angry, we snap, we happy,
mood swings,
we cry. Sometimes I don't want to just pretend to be like a robot who's always smiling and always happy. And then people are like, oh, I like your content because you're always smiling. No, girl. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I snap. Sometimes I'm angry because I'm human.
Somebody was like, it seems like your mood changes in some of your interviews. And I'm like, well, duh, because sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I like someone a lot. Sometimes I don't really like that person. So it just depends,
Exactly.
Like, I can't hide that because they were like, you should be the same in every interview. How? I'm a human. It's based off the vibe.
The energy is different per interview.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really proud of you. I'm happy to have met you. I love your vibe. I think it's really important for strong Black women to showcase solidarity, being comfortable enough to explore and do what you want to do. You're not sponsored. Do you have a Kenyan Mubaba?
I don't.
Are you looking for one?
Mbaba, what values the Mbaba going to add to my life that I don't have right now?
Period. You heard it here first. Period. So she's not looking for Mbaba. Yeah, I wish you the best. How many kids do you want to have?
I don't know.
You're just going with the flow. You're just really out here living, going with the flow.
Let me tell you one thing about my life. I live